Okay, hello there. I've just bought myself a 20 watt LED light. Now we're actually going to see whether that's 20 watt or not. I'll put a link in the description to the Amazon page where I bought this light. It cost me about £20, something like that, was it? I don't know, I'll have to have a look now. Nope, apparently I lied. It cost me £14. So not a bad price really. It's meant as an LED floodlight, although for an LED floodlight, even if it's 20 watt, I would expect that to be suitable for a small garden. Basically, I just want to take it apart. We'll have a look inside. We'll take a look at the LED driver and we'll see if it's a genuine 20 watt light. Now, I don't have a plug-in meter, so I can measure the power consumption directly from a plug. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the old-fashioned multimeter. We're going to measure the voltage across the LED, and then I'm going to put the multimeter in series with the LED, and we're going to see what current the LED is drawing. And from that, we can use the P equals IV equation and calculate the wattage. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take the thing apart. I've already taken all the screws out. This frame basically lifts off. It came tightened on with a hell of a lot of pressure. This glass panel here sits on top of basically a silicon O-ring seal, which seems to be quite a good seal. It's definitely very tight on there. I definitely wouldn't question the IP65 rating because there is literally nowhere for water to get in on this thing. There are no gaps on the top. You can see these fins here, those are for the heat sinking. It doesn't get hot at all, it gets warm to the touch, even inside. It does have quite a good seal on this, and it's held on there tightly. And again, you can see in there, this is actually siliconed in, that's not hot glue, it's siliconed in straight through there. So I wouldn't question the waterproof rating there. This is just the standard, what feels like aluminium reflector. It just goes over the LED chip. As soon as we open this thing up, we can see that there is a hell of a load of heatsink compound around there, so we know that's well heat sinked. The actual LED chip itself, it doesn't look brilliant. It doesn't look as high quality as what you would expect for a 20 watt LED. You can see on that chip there are 30 LEDs. Each of those individual dots is an individual LED, and they'll be in series parallel configuration. Now, I don't know how they're configured as of yet, because what my goal is to measure the voltage across the LED and see what voltage it is. So, bear with me while I turn the thing on. The camera will probably get blurred out for a minute. There we go. This thing's pretty bloody bright. But what I'll do is I'll actually move this off screen, let that camera come back, and we'll put the multimeter on there. So we've got the multimeter there set to 200 volts, just in case. As you can see, it's about 32 volts. Yeah, 32 volts across that LED. Okay, so by looking at that chip, they're probably in two parallel pairs of 15 LEDs. So there'll be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 volts across that one, and 15 volts across here. There's actually 16 volts across each one of them. You can see here, this is the LED driver. Yeah, there's no text on it, so I can't actually see a rating. By the way, it is earthed, so if it ever shorts to the case, it'll be much safer because it's earthed. By the way, I don't recommend messing with live AC voltages. I do this at my own risk. You know, I'm quite safe with it. You know, unless you know what you're doing, don't be touching or going anywhere near live cables. There's 240 volts coming in here, going into the driver, and then it's being stepped down and regulated, current regulated for this LED. So what I now need to do is find the current that's flowing through the LED. So I need to put the multimeter in series. I'm going to desolder one of these connections, just like so. Okay, so what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to get a crocodile clip. So the output from this LED driver is now going to my multimeter, and will come out of the other end of my multimeter, and I'll clip it on the LED like that. So if I then put the multimeter into amps, make sure we're all good, turn it onto the 10 amp range, and we'll turn the light on and see what happens. Okay, the LED lights, and we've got Yeah, we've got 350 milliamps going through the LED. So now we know the two things. We know that this LED has 350 milliamp across it at 32 volts. So let's do the quick calculation. 32 volts times 0.35 amps gives us 11.2 watts. Well, what we found out is that that's not true. It's not a 20 watt LED. It's a 10 watt LED. We're getting a maximum of around 11.2 watts from this 20 watt LED. Although it is still bright enough for what I need it to do. You know, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. It's still a good light. I'm not sure how long it'll last. Again, this LED, it's quite cheap, but now I know that it's 10 watts, I'm not. Whatever, you know. The build quality of the case is good. The only issue is it's not actually putting out the power that is advertised. But there we go. That's the LED light that I will be using in all of my videos. And we'll see how long it lasts, shall we? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and leave your comments below.